The media reported recently about gangland tours available in Los Angeles. Tourists are afforded the unique opportunity to visit crime-infested areas in LA, but participants are required to sign a waiver, releasing the tour operator from liability in case a stray or not so stray bullet would kill the tourist. Hello there, and welcome back. I was so impressed by the innovative idea of the gangland tours that I decided I would steal and improve on it. I'll call it the DC Gangland Tour, no waiver required. I tell you, sometimes I'm so good I scare myself and my family, as I'm told. Now, it is true, of course, that Area 51, aka Capitol Hill, doesn't have these gorgeous graffitis giving life to otherwise grey walls. As I will show you in a moment, Gangland DC makes up for it in a different way. Take, for example, Senate Bill H.R. 3962 or the House Bill 3200 for that matter, both entitled A Bill to Provide Affordable Quality Health Care for All Americans. I tell you, these bills are graffiti at its finest. But then, even this meager attempt to provide health care for all most likely will not pass, as Massachusetts just elected another member to the Republican death panel. Oops, is that real Scott Brown? Soon it is back to the Bush and Cheney days. Torture, wars, think of Iran. Assassination, think of Mike Connell or Ray Lemme. Vote fraud. I take it the FBI checked on Massachusetts? I guess not. All because Scott Brown was elected senator while the DNC was fully asleep. But let's not get sidetracked. I was talking about the DC Gangland Tour I envision. First of all, we would visit some of the actors. Let's take one at random, say John Boner of the 8th District of Ohio. We would simply go and visit his office, unless, of course, he is busy. That was the Republican mantra, remember? Or take, let's say, Steve King. You're sure this is spelled right? Isn't he the author of The Shining? Let's listen to what he has to say.
These are the things that, some of the things that Acorn has done. They've contributed to the toxic mortgage situation that brought about the economic meltdown just a year ago. And they've done so by shaking down lenders, by demanding contributions from lenders. What large and major investment bank has not written at least one fat check to Acorn?
Wow, that sounds interesting. Acorn caused the bank meltdown because it asked for contributions. Why didn't I think of it? Here's some more from King's Scary Carrie. If Obama gets elected, Al-Qaeda will dance on the streets.
I'm going to say something here that I haven't said in the public arena that I think it's time to start thinking about. And that is that I don't want to disparage anyone because of their race, their ethnicity, their name, whatever their religion or their father might have been. I'll just say this, that when you think about the optics of a Barack Obama potentially getting elected president of the United States, and I mean, what does this look like to the rest of the world? What does it look like to the world of Islam? And I will tell you that if he is elected president, then the radical Islamists, the Al-Qaeda and the radical Islamists and their supporters will be dancing in the streets in greater numbers than they did on September 11th.
Now let's look at another godfather, James Sensenbrenner. Just in case you are a party to litigation, here's somebody you can go to and have your lawsuit fixed. For money, of course. I'm not kidding. He does that routinely. Here is a letter he wrote to Chief Justice Flom of the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, signed by him. And when Judge Flom didn't play, Sensenbrenner blamed a staffer who got fired and promptly rehired by the DOJ, where he's still working. Of course, rehired without vetting process. When caught, get this, he has the FEC database forged, only to have it restored when caught in the forgery. Oh, and don't bother, I do have the evidence on csi-jacksonville.com. Of course, other elected officials take money in return for ex parte calls to judges too. But I don't want to waste your time. Go look for my clip, Matrix 3, the eBay Judiciary. But wait, the tour doesn't include only bad apples. There are some good ones too, much to the chagrin of the bad ones. Here's one. Florida District 8 Congressman Alan Loudmouth Grayson. Hey, I mean that respectfully. Let's see what he has to say.
Several Republicans asked me to apologize. Well, I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize to the dead. And here's why. According to this study, health insurance and mortality in U.S. adults, which was published 2 weeks ago, 44,789 Americans die every year because they have no health insurance.
Of course, the Republicans wanted him to apologize. Indeed, he did.
For the sake of those dying people and their families, I apologize to the dead and their families that we haven't voted sooner to end this Holocaust in America.
Guess what? My Grayson men introduced a bill that would dramatically limit contributions by corporations. Not sure that is going to fly. Remember, Democrat Borkos, in charge of the healthcare bill, cashed. How much was it? I believe some $2.5 million from the healthcare industry. Now, Grayson introduced his bill exactly at a time when the Republican-controlled Supreme Court is about to rule that corporations can pay even more to elected officials. Did I mention that the Supreme Court is fully aware of the pay-for-play schemes and covers it up? Again, please save your time. I do have the evidence. They refused to hear a case challenging ex parte contacts to judges because a motion to proceed in forma pauperis was printed on commercially available paper that was 1/64th of an inch, that is half a millimeter, longer than the 8.5 by 11 inch required. Looks to me we need to make sure that Grayson men will be re-elected. In any case, the DC Gangland tour will be a big success, a blockbuster. Want to invest? I didn't think so. Take care.